That's my slush.
Slurping your body, Malik.
It's so good.
All right, here we go.
Yep, ready.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 19th episode of the Boss Rush podcast. I'm your host, Braden Lander, and today I am joined by Malik Fleming.
Hey.
And Kyla Ramos.
I'm back. I didn't die. I'm still here.
Everybody is alive. Everybody is doing well. I know Malik is sad that you are still alive, and frankly, I'm a little disappointed as well. So in your downtime, Kyler,
Yes.
what have you been up to, my guy? What have you been playing? What have you been watching? Have you been watching anything? Seen any movies lately?
No, I didn't get to see a movie, but I did. Somebody convinced me to finally watch My Hero Academia.
Okay.
So I finished season 1 of that.
All right. How many seasons are there?
I think they're in the
Ooh.
middle of 3 right now. I'm in the middle of 2. I'm catching up.
Okay.
It is a fascinating show. It's got a really good art style.
Are you at the Stain section already in season 2, or
Am I in the what?
Stain? If you didn't recognize that, then no.
Okay, no.
It's really good at that point.
I'm excited. Oh, you're getting me excited.
Yeah.
But there is a boy who shoots a rainbow lasers out of his belly button.
Yeah, he is definitely an odd character. I'm waiting for his arc.
If he shoots the laser for too long, he gets a tummy ache.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And
All right.
me explaining that is why everybody should watch My Hero Academia on every Saturday night. Just kidding.
It's actually it's really good. One of the better animes I've seen recently.
Yeah,
That's
like
good.
So if you want to pick up an anime viewer, that's the one to go for right now, honestly.
yeah, definitely. The characters are so fun. But I did play a video game too. I played the Captain Spirit.
Oh, you did. Nice.
Yeah, did you guys play that? Did anybody else play that?
I don't even know what it is.
It's the free Don't Nod game by the people that did Life is Strange.
Yeah, the prequel to Life is Strange 2 is what it is.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, did you guys play Life is Strange 1?
No, I haven't played either one.
I played Life is Strange 1, yeah.
Oh, what'd you think of it? Did you like it?
I liked it, but I'm more into story games, so they're not everybody's cup of tea. But so far, yeah. Or not so far, but I liked it back then.
Yeah, I played the first one. I liked it a lot too. I liked its style. It had like a good little even the music they chose, it had like a Twin Peaks kind of like indie vibe, which I really dug.
Yeah.
But in Life is Strange, it's like a story, kind of like a Telltale game. You're walking around, you're making choices, doing high school shenanigans. But the gimmick is that you're a girl who has a superpower to rewind time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You'd expect she'd do so much cooler with that thing.
Yeah, right. But so with Life is Strange 2, they're like, oh, it's not the same characters. It's kind of like an anthology series is what they're going for. So it's going to be like a whole new cast, and then like the hook again is like, oh, you're playing as a guy, but he's also has like a superpower, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So in Captain Spirit, it's like a similar gameplay style. You're walking around, you're interacting with stuff. It's kind of depressing in a little way, because the boy's dad is an abusive alcoholic dad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh yeah. So I was like, oh, the David.
Why are you laughing?
Why? You gotta lighten up the situation somehow.
Yeah, come on, it's a way to ease the tension. I'm laughing because I can.
All right, that's fair.
But
Oh my god! Why am I laughing?
Yeah, exactly. Why are you laughing?
Jesus.
But yeah, it's really interesting. It's not that long. It's like you could probably get through the whole thing in like 2 hours. It's mostly just like him interacting with stuff. Like it just takes place inside of his house and outside of his house. There's like no areas you explore, but it does end on a cliffhanger, and it hooks you. It's like, oh, hey, Life is Strange 2, here we come. Are you ready?
Oh, does it connect to that?
Yeah, it does.
Does it connect to Life is Strange 2?
Yeah, it absolutely does. I think in Life is Strange 2, you play as this little boy in Life is Strange 2.
So what superpowers does he have again? If you go over that,
So
It's just his imagination.
it's probably spoiled. Okay.
It's a tiny spoiler, but I don't think it matters that much, so I'll just go ahead and say it.
Mm-hmm.
It's spoiler alert
Spoilers.
for anybody who.
There you go.
I mean, you can see it. By the way. There we go. That's the alert. So like they tease you because they know if you've played this game, you've probably played Life is Strange 1. So you're like, okay, this kid's got to have a superpower, right? So they kind of tease you at the beginning, but it's like, oh, nope, it's just his imagination. This kid doesn't have a superpower. He's stupid and boring. They tease you throughout the whole game, and you're just like, it's just him using his imagination and stuff. And at the very end, he's like, I'm running away. I don't like you, Dad. And he goes up in his house. Why are you laughing at domestic abuse?
You said you didn't mention that. Why did you do that? You didn't even mention that.
Why would he be running away from his dad? So he runs outside. He's like, I don't want to go. I want to be away. And he's like climbing up his treehouse, but one of the steps is broken, and he starts to fall. Right, and you're like, oh, this kid is fucking dead. But like right before he touches the ground, he floats. And then some indie folk music kicks in, and he starts to float, and you're like, oh, whoa, that's your superpower. And then it cuts away, and it's like, see you guys next time on Life is Strange 2. Yeah.
I really do hope that he's the main focus.
Yeah, so he does have a superpower. I think it's to fly. It's either to fly or to control things with his mind. It's one of those things.
I would say that's probably telekinesis, you know?
Yeah, probably.
That would be really cool. It'd be like Beyond Two Souls, just done right, hopefully.
Done right.
Hey.
Throwing some shade at David Kage, David Kage. The
Hokage.
It's always hit or miss with me. And that was a big miss.
But I'm wondering, because like in Life is Strange 1, it was a pretty cool gimmick, because like, you know how you play that Telltale game, and you're like, you make one choice, and you're like, oh, guess if I wanted to see what happened on the other choice, I'd have to play the game from the beginning. Life is Strange, like you can make one choice, but you can rewind back before you made that choice and then make the other choice if you wanted to. So that was like how that gimmick played in. So I'm wondering
that's interesting.
Telekinesis will play into like the second game. I wonder what they'll do with that. That's weird.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting to think about. So, would you say that this was, or the controls were more refined in Captain Spirit, other than Life is Strange?
It ran a lot better. I have just a standard PS4. I believe, I could be wrong. I think Life is Strange 1 ran at like 30 or 40 or something, but I realized this one was a lot smoother. Like you know how the Telltale games, like they just hitch a lot.
Oh god, dude! Telltale games are awful.
Like the performance.
Oh yeah, they just stop out of nowhere and then they go to the next scene.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like it'll start to like hitch and break up here and there. No, like the presentation here is really good. I like the UI a lot. It's got like this little scribbly crayon look over some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, like the first one, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I like the look of it. It looks good. It runs good. I would say it's about on par with Life is Strange 1 if you've played that.
Okay. I mean, those kind of games aren't really performance intensive, you know?
Yeah, which kind of like, I guess that kind of goes, like with the argument of like, why do these games run so horribly if they don't like have a lot or take a lot of power from the CPU or the RAM?
I think it's probably like loading the decisions. It shouldn't take that much, but maybe it's like, you know, calculating what your decisions affected and then changing the next scene to that.
You look at games like Detroit that are like so graphically amazing and it runs flawless. I mean, it just comes down to these engines that they're using.
Yeah, it's the optimization. Like that documentary for Horizon is kind of interesting because what it's called in like in video games, like the things that you're seeing are there, but the things that are behind the character, like the things that are behind the camera, like they don't exist. Like, they're just not loaded into the game, and that's called like culling. What they call it.
Yeah. Oh, yes. That's wild to think about Horizon like that. How everything that you don't see hasn't even loaded in yet.
Yeah,
but then as you walk, it like slowly loads in.
Yeah, and like what I think like what's wrong with Telltale games is that they probably have like everything loaded in at all times. You know what I mean? It's just like tanking the performance. Like I could be wrong. I'm no like video game developer, but stuff
yeah,
like
but even then, you have games like Final Fantasy 15. I think like all the particles and everything there are loaded in like constantly.
Yeah. Yeah, like not everything, like not all engines use that technology that the Decima engine has. So it's like, what is it that makes, like, say, Telltale's engine or Bethesda's engine? What makes them so awful?
I think in Bethesda's case, it's like all the AI that's happening all at once is what causes it. Because I know, because for The Last of Us, like they initially wanted to have like this really smart AI, but they had to dumb it down just to get the game running at like 30 frames per second on the PS3.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's like you're either using a lot of AI or you're using like a lot of sexy graphics. It's like a mix between the both.
Right.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Have you been playing anything else, Kyle? Or have you played anything else?
I feel like these last 2 weeks have been so wild that I feel like I did play something, but I can't remember. My dementia.
Play anything on the Switch?
Is getting worse. No, I didn't. But I feel like I did. It's bothering me.
It's all right. If you figure it, if you remember something, bring it up.
You play Fallout Shelter. That's the answer.
My I did download it onto the Switch, but I didn't get the chance to look at it.
Well, like, what are you doing? What are you doing over there?
What am I doing for life? No, just about nothing.
What are you playing?
Okay, the first one I want to mention, Vampire, with a Y.
Yes.
I've been playing that. It's pretty fun so far. It's just, it's like the combat. It reminds me of Murdered Soul Suspect. I always do that.
You said that. Oh, that's incredible.
Murdered Soul Suspect and The Witcher, where the combat can't be abused like in The Witcher, where it's just like constant repetitive dodging, hitting. But it's broken. As in, you get enough endurance. This is my main complaint. That's why I have to bring it up right off the bat. The combat is just too easy. Maybe I'm not far enough. Maybe it gets harder. But so far, the only way to make it difficult is for them to spam enemies. I'm not Nemo. I'm fucking Nemo. I'm fucking Nemo. Enemies. Yeah. They spam enemies, and you can abuse the feed function. So you just go up to any enemy and suck their blood, which I think is wrong because there's like ghouls and stuff. So you're just abusing that. You go suck their blood. You stun another enemy, suck their blood. You just go back and forth. And the bosses, everything feels insignificant at that point. Nobody can hurt you because you can just keep stunning them. I found every other strategy to be completely pointless. You just cheese the game and you're through with it. Every combat scene.
Yeah, when I was watching you play, I noticed that, like, for one, I guess the look of the combat wasn't really, like, fluid. It looked really, like I don't want to say glitchy. I kind of wanted to say like snappy, but snappy sounds too good.
I think the it's not glitchy what you're looking for. It's just unrefined.
Yeah, it's like very sporadic.
Like the animations are not like blending in. It's just like super snappy in a bad way.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the main issue with that is that everything moves around too quick for the combat system to follow. The enemies are just all over you.
Yeah.
And then the lock-on system doesn't work. So you could be playing it like something like The Witcher or even Dark Souls if you wanted to, if you just used like sharp weapons and didn't have the stun. But the lock-on system's broken. It is actually broken. They said they updated in a patch, but it'll change targets so fast. They'll be coming up behind you.
Really?
You'll have your focus on one guy and you move your mouse like to the right a little bit and you're focusing on the guy behind you. So I don't use it because it breaks your combat. It actually just spoils the whole fight because it kills you.
That sounds unfortunate. Now the story is supposed to be good, right? The story in the world.
The story is good. So far I don't like the main character because they could have just had a self-insert without a backstory. I mean, the fact that he's a doctor is good, but he's a self-insert. You can tell. And the only thing that adds to his character is it's at the very start of the game, but he kills his sister because he's a vampire and has bloodlust, you know. So he accidentally kills his sister, and then that's really it to him. He was in the war. He has that aspect to him.
He was in the war.
Yeah,
What
he was a
war?
medic in the war, and now he's a doctor, and he killed his sister.
Yeah.
And it's like, might as well just make a regular self-insert that just explores the town.
Kind of sounds
What
like
year does this take place in?
1800s, so 1850
Okay.
around, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
But let me get back on track. So the story, it's good. All the characters are pretty great. You can tell you can't tell who's useless, because that's what I was gonna say. But you have to pay attention to who's very important to society, because there's different areas of there's a social aspect where you learn different parts about the person, and then they have a blood bank, and that blood bank fills up with experience, and then you can go back to them or go there right away and suck their blood and kill them. That's embracing.
yummy.
Yeah.
Yum yum.
But if you do that too early, you lose their quest line, and there's a stability meter in each area that says if it's critical or stable or good. And if it goes too low, there's a lot of enemies there. Everybody's hostile. But if it's high enough, it's safe. So, like, for example, in one area, I killed a pillar of the area. No, I didn't kill her. I sent her off. And that sent the area to critical. And now there's a lot more enemies there, for example. So it affects how your
That's
gameplay
interesting.
goes. Yeah. So there's pillars.
So
of
there's
the
like a reputation system.
Exactly. Basically a reputation. You pick who you kill, you know, just to power yourself up. Because I don't think you could play the game without killing anybody. As I said, you can just cheese the system, have endurance, go back and forth feeding on people. But if you just decide to like kill everyone with their full, like when you found all their hints and all their personal stuff, then you can have as much experience as you want. You can just get through the game in a breeze. So it has that trade-off where it'll either be difficult, or as some people said, you can like go back and then kill the people later once you finish their quest line and nothing will be wrong. Or you can like balance it out by healing some people's ailments but killing another person so it's still stable. Stuff like that. Yeah, but that's the society aspect. The theme is really great. I really think they capture that industrial England part.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah, it's pretty great to walk through the city and just inspect everything, go through the houses, and it really feels like incredibly drab, which I like. You know, it's pretty gloomy. Everybody's just depressed, sick, because it's just a time where I forgot what sickness was going around. The Spanish flu.
The bubonic plague or something.
The Spanish flu was going around, and they
the
attribute that to and they attribute that to vampires being around and everything, that it's carrying the vampire virus. That's all explained in the start again.
So does the public believe in vampires? Like, do they know that vampires are a thing?
Some.
Or is it like the government's trying to?
It's more like
hide
there's these guards of the city that are hunting vampires. You fight them.
Okay.
But there's a lot of people who don't really believe in them. There's like one guy you run into.
Are you a good guy in this game? Like, are you?
You can decide who you are.
Because if you have guards trying to kill you, and you're a vampire, like,
because
like, I don't want to say, just give yourself in, but.
Well, at the start, they notice you because you drank your sister's blood. So they saw you.
Oh, so they see you do that. Okay.
Yeah. And apparently nobody else knows about it somehow, but the guards do. And there's a pretty obvious giveaway. His eyes are super like yellow, reddish. Like he just looks dead, basically. So that's a huge giveaway. So when you get closer to them at the start, like you can walk past them and they'll be like, go home, don't come around this area. But if you go close to them, they'll say, oh, that's a vampire, and they'll attack you.
Nice.
So it's
okay,
not,
that's
completely obvious. Yeah.
Cool.
There's a stealth system too with the skills and everything. But No, like not everybody knows about it. You can choose to be good or evil depending on how you treat the quests. Like you can choose to
Okay.
sell an item you got, or give it to the person's mother, or you can decide to put up the posters warning about vampires or burn them, and then nobody's hostile.
All right,
Stuff
that's
like that.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
It's
sounds
pretty
like a good game.
overall. Yeah, it's just the combat
That's good. I
could use a bit of work. Nerf the endurance, or maybe I'm just too early in the game and in chapter 5 or something. It'll get hard for me to use endurance, and I'm just fucking up.
right.
Maybe that's it. But for now, if it's gonna stay like this, nerf endurance, uh, fix I guess not the spam, but it's just like the boss battles just feel like you're just throwing a bunch of enemies on somebody, and that's not very fun.
Right. Right. Have you been playing anything else?
Oh, too much to mention, man.
Really?
Yeah, another game I've been playing. I started How to Survive on the PS4. That's okay as ever because the sale had it for $1.50. Why not buy it? And
Yeah, okay.
so I don't have much to say about that game. I haven't gotten too far. I started playing Dead Nation. I beat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I beat the game Alien Nation, and Dead Nation's it's before that game, so it's their
Yep.
other
Came out
release.
earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to get to Nex Machina. Nex Machina is their best, or Resogun.
Really? Okay, I'll
Gun
check
is
those out.
fun.
I love
Resogun and dude, Resogun is the best PS4 launch game.
Are those
It is so good.
Are those multiplayer?
I think.
Yeah,
Nex Machina.
they put multiplayer in Resogun recently.
Okay,
Yeah, they
I'll
did.
check it
It
out.
didn't.
I think
launch
it's. I think it's free to play actually right now for PlayStation Plus.
Oh, will we?
Huh.
Yeah,
They bought it back.
like
Man.
for everybody that has PlayStation Plus all the time. I think it's free.
Yeah, because
don't
my
quote
friend
me
and
on
I,
that,
we
but-
love games like that. We loved Alienation. We don't play it anymore because we beat the game, but like,
Mhm.
Another game wouldn't hurt. One
Yeah.
thing I do miss
Nex
in
Machina is
Alienation
good.
that was in Dead Nation, or that's not in Dead Nation, is you get all the kills are gathered together. We used to like compete for kills. Whoever gets the more kills is the best of the game.
Yep.
Show off, but now it's shared, so there's really like no point to rush for kills. So it's just like a
Yeah,
really co-op
Dead
game.
Nation is definitely more cooperative.
Mhm.
For-
But it's really
definitely
hard.
check
a lot
out Nex
harder.
Machina.
It's a lot harder
Nex
than
Machina. It's
Mhm.
it's not multiplayer, but it's definitely the best game that they've made. Housemark. It's
Okay.
phenomenal.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Ex Machina or Nex Machina?
Nex Machina.
Okay, I was thinking like
Yep.
the movie.
Mhm.
Um,
It's really great.
Yeah, but so far, Dead Nation really fun. I got back into Stellaris. I'm trying to start up, new campaign with other people.
Mhm.
Start up with somebody else. It's just, I want real people because diplomacy is just isn't fun with
Yeah.
robots. you know?
Right. Yeah,
They always
that's
end up
always been
being-
my thing with Civ
Mhm.
games.
Yeah, just got to find the right group to play with. So I'm trying to gather some people for that. Even if somebody's watching, go
Right.
into the comments section. Tell us if you want to join in. I'll gladly take
Yes,
you. Add you on
please.
Steam.
Malik will take you.
I will take you. I'll take you under my arms.
He'll find out where you live and he'll just kidnap you.
He
Yeah.
will take you and force you to play Stellaris.
That's
You'll
how
be
we
stuck in my bathroom. I'll give you my old laptop. There you go. Playing Stellaris until
Exactly.
you're finished with the game. You can't leave.
can't leave.
Yeah.
Can't
Nope,
leave.
Nope. That's it.
I started Quake Champions.
Yeah.
Nothing there. It's a lot of bot stuff. Got
Yeah.
bored because bots. No one likes beating up bots.
I mean, you can play other modes without bots.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I just got bored and stopped
Nope.
playing.
All
But
right.
should probably
I
start up
really
again.
love Quake Champions.
Man, yeah, no, it's
Mhm.
fun. It's just like I just stopped too early because I'm an idiot. But I'll get back to that soon enough. I got into Age of Empires 2. I've been on a strategy and rampage. A lot of TNT, a lot of Age of Empires, a lot of Stellaris.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's also a Human Fall Flat. You know about starting up that. You didn't get to play with us, but that's a fun game. It's I'll jump into it occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the viewers know what Human
yeah,
Fall
yeah.
Flat is, but basically, if you know what Gang Beats is, it's just really you run around with a ragdollish person, and you
Yep.
use either left and right click to control the arms, jump around and climb through obstacles. Real fun.
It's essentially a platforming version of Gang Beasts,
Yeah, exactly.
like Gang Beast physics put into a platformer.
Yeah, whole lot of fun. Whole lot of fun destroying your friends' time to get through the obstacle course, throwing them off the ledge, and
Yep,
whole lot of chaos.
it's interesting.
But other than that,
Nice.
nothing I can mention right now, or just too much to mention.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. I've been recently playing a game, and I just beat it mere minutes before we even started this podcast. And that would be Owlboy.
Oh,
Owlboy is a platformer by D-Pad Studios. Apparently, this game took forever to make. I believe it was a Kickstarter, right?
No, I think
it was just a personal project, I think.
Was
yeah,
it?
I think so. It took I think over 10 years to make this game. The guy like built it and rebuilt it so many times.
Yeah. Okay.
I think maybe later it was a Kickstarter. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but at the start it definitely wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. That's what. Well, yeah. It never was, and I remember. Yeah. Okay. That's why I thought he said that he didn't want to do a Kickstarter.
Oh, okay.
That's right. Because people were like, "Why don't you just do a Kickstarter?" And he's like, "No, I don't want to do that." Which,
More respect to him.
Facts.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm sorry, Kyler. I'm sorry.
You're scum.
Can't be. Can't
You
know
put his
everything.
name on shame.
Exactly.
Said no.
This game looks incredible. Holy crap. This game is just beautiful all around. I love the world. There's something about this game that really I got really nostalgic about over it, and for some reason it reminded me of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Mhm.
And I was wondering, like, why does this game make me why does this game remind me so much of this completely irrelevant game? And I think it's like the little hub world, because in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, I don't know if you guys have played them. There was this hub world with it was just like a tiny little village, and it was just the Pokemon just running this tiny little village, and it was that village, and then there's a village in Owlboy called Veli, and it really just reminded me of the village from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and it was super super great because I love the world in this game, and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and just like I know that the developer, there was no way the dev was like, you know what, this game, I wanted to have a lot of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon influences. There's no way that he thought that. That's just no, he didn't do that. But it really, really reminded me of that. I think the beginning of the game was excellent, but then it started to kind of lose steam in the middle, and things started to get a little frustrating. There was one boss in particular that was just actual garbage. And I know I say this all the time, and I'm starting to hate myself for using it, but the term contextualization, all right, and like, my God, it's something that I really do like appreciate when they do that in games, but this game does not do that well, particularly in this one boss where there's just this giant monkey.
Huh?
What?
Oh no, I was gonna say it's simply not related to the story.
No, it just doesn't make any sense. So there's this monkey boss, and it's this green monkey boss, and you're not fighting him, but you're fighting his henchman, right? And he just like pounds on the ground, and these monkeys come and crawl. Now, see, the problem with it is that their attack, and I know this is super nitpicky, but it started to get super annoying after I had to redo this boss over and over again because of how absolutely ridiculous this is. But there's like lava below, and Owlboy, you got to fly all around and all that stuff. And in this boss, you have to try and get away from the monkeys. they grab you. They do this grab attack,
Mhm.
and then they suicide into the lava. Now, at first I was like, I didn't take any like bother to it. I was like, oh, okay, it's just an attack. But as I kept dying and dying over and over again, I was like, why in the hell are these monkeys suiciding
Yeah.
into the lava below? Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why are they trying to grab me and then like killing themselves in the process? Like, why
Well,
are they
you-
doing this?
You don't know the kind of lives these monkeys live.
It's ride or die for them.
Yes, but it just
Well, it's
doesn't make
because-
any sense.
It doesn't.
Pick up
No.
the document 3 levels ago and read it about the history of the monkeys and what they went through.
Maybe they would have been off like, yeah, it's in the lore. That's
It's
their
in the
culture.
lore.
You got to read it.
Yeah. It was just like it's so annoying because eventually there's like 8 monkeys on screen at once,
Mhm.
and this is a very small area. So I'm dodging everywhere. The thing with this too is that the colors in this area are they're very like red, but it's like someone threw yellow all over the screen.
Oh, that sounds
Like someone pissed all over the red screen or whatever. And so the browns and the reds of the monkey, like the brown of the owl and the red of the monkey, like kind of meshes together, and you can't really see where you even are. So when you got 8 monkeys trying to grab you and trying to suicide into lava, things get a little ridiculous. And it's just like, but why are they like? Why are these monkeys? Why is this an attack? Like you couldn't have done something to just contextualize it a little more. Like maybe the below was just darkness and the monkeys were taking you down into a layer or something like that.
Huh.
But why suiciding the lava? Maybe there is something. Okay, maybe there is. I don't know. But I didn't see
this
it.
doesn't sound like a
Didn't
very
make
fun
any
boss
sense.
fight.
No, it's awful. It's an awful boss fight. You don't even fight the big monkey. I don't even know what the point of him being there is, but it's not very good.
Huh.
The story though, the story was the biggest surprise with this game. The story is super hopeful. Like it's really interesting because I wasn't expecting a game like this to really have like a meaty story. I was expecting something along the lines of say Hollow Knight, where the world is more like, here I go again, Dark Souls, but where it's did and not everything is told to you, you know. But this one had an actual story, and I really was surprised by that fact, and also the fact that the story was actually good. So that's really exciting. And if you do play it, expect a pretty decent story. Like actually, it's pretty good. Impact is very very good.
So it's not drab, like
super good. Music is
feel good kind of story.
Yes. Yeah. It really is. It really is a feel-good story. And there's actually a couple plot twists in it too, which I was like, oh my god, okay. I was really not expecting any depth in this story at all. Like the lore of the world is just keeps evolving, and it's really nice. There are some like other like real bad design choices, and again, it really all comes down to this one dungeon in the middle of the game, because the beginning is excellent. The ending, oh my god, the ending is perfect. But everything in between is just really not that great. I'd say it's about like an hour and a half of stuff that's just really not that good. But it took me 9 hours, so if you can get through that hour and a half, it's smooth sailing from there.
Okay.
Other than Owlboy, I started Breath of the Wild.
Ooh.
Kyler, I know that you are a fan.
I am a big fan of Breath of the Wild.
Big.
Yeah, I can see myself getting sucked into this game. Like after this, I'm probably gonna go and play some of that in my preparation for Octopath Traveler tomorrow. But
Yes. Oh,
I'm really looking forward. What?
Octopath Traveler releases tomorrow?
Yeah, buddy.
What?
Oh boy.
That was quick.
Oh,
Although it was
boy,
announced way
indeed.
earlier.
Friday release. Nice.
It is a Friday release. Yeah, I'm super pumped for that. So I'm gonna be on a car ride to North Carolina. So I'm gonna have Zelda and Octopath to play on
Nice.
my way there.
Is
It's gonna be a good car ride.
Are there any pre-reviews for it? I haven't seen any.
The reviews are very good. I think it's got like an 86 Metacritic right now.
Okay.
I'm pumped.
I'm excited. Yeah, I
pumped.
need another JRPG to just sink my disgusting
Hours in it.
to ease your
exactly.
addiction.
Are you gonna play as the boy or the girl?
I think I'm gonna play as the scholar. I don't know if it's a male or female, but I really want to play as the scholar.
Do they vary by like class, or are they just the gender?
It's class. It's like it's a character thing.
Oh, okay.
So like a character is tied to the class, and so there's 8 different characters and 8 different stories.
Okay.
So
Are you wait?
I'm super pumped for that.
You're bound to play. Like, if you want to experience all the stories, you have to play through every single one of them. I imagine they're not that long then.
The game is supposedly 60 to 100 hours.
Correct.
What's so funny? Are you okay?
6,100 hours.
60? No, I said 62.
6,200 hours?
60 to 100 hours. Yes.
100 hours.
200 hours.
All right.
Yeah,
So
What's
60 hours.
happening?
I don't know. I don't know if you're joking or not. It's funny.
About what?
No,
the
he
length of the game.
He said
60 to 100 hours.
T-O 100 hours. Not 6,200 hours.
No!
That's what I thought you were saying. I'm like, what?
6,200 hours.
Say it like that. Who says 62,100 by saying 62,100 hours? Nobody says this game is 62,000 hours long. Oh my
You have to
god.
dedicate your life to beating it. All the stories are
You
literal
have
stories.
life to it. Oh my god. Oh.
Amazing.
Jeez. What's going on? I did not understand that bit right there.
Oh man, for some reason, the length of the game just cracked me up. Just the idea of dedicating your life to this JRPG.
Yeah, but really, that's all I've been playing. That's all I'm about to be playing. So that'll be interesting for the next podcast.
Definitely.
So some things happened. Some things happened over the last couple of weeks regarding Sony and crossplay.
Yikes.
All right, have you guys heard about any of this?
I heard about it in regards to Fortnite, but nothing else really.
All right, Kyler, you seem to know a little bit. Fill us in.
Okay, so I don't know if we're talking about the same thing, but essentially, Fortnite. Okay, do you guys remember when Fortnite accidentally flipped the switch and allowed everybody to crossplay, even PlayStation?
No.
This happened like a year
Yes.
or two ago. But even before Fortnite like exploded. So basically, the
Oh!
yeah, that was a bad one. Basically, the ability for Sony to allow crossplay is there, right? And everybody's just waiting on it. Okay, even Todd Howard commented on it, and he's like, "Hey, I'm just gonna do it.
Yes, dude.
Sony's being little bitches, and they don't want to do it." And then I think
yeah,
Sean Layden. I think it was Sean Layden, but he was like, "Don't worry, guys, we hear you, but we have something that's gonna make PlayStation fans, they'll understand us when we say what we have to say." And then that was it. So basically, to me, that sounds like we're not gonna do it ever. So stop asking.
It sounds like some political talk right there.
I feel like I feel like this is causing enough of a backlash where Sony's gonna have to be like, "Well, fuck it, I guess we have to do crossplay."
I think when Todd Howard came on record and said something, I was like, oh my god, things might actually change. Like, it was when Todd Howard came out and just said, yeah, we could be doing crossplay with everything, but Sony's just saying no.
Yeah, and like
yikes.
I like
Can't be that
Sony.
closed.
I don't know why. I guess because they're winning, you know what I mean? Or quote unquote winning. Like they are the
Yeah.
console of this generation, so they don't really have a need to want to go crossplay. But
Mhm.
like at that point, like I don't know. Oh, and they're even like locking people's Fortnite accounts on other platforms.
On the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the Switch. People were trying to log in with their Fortnite accounts on their Switch, and they
Mhm.
said that they couldn't log in with it because it had been affiliated with another account, or was another account affiliated with another platform.
Oh, that's absurd.
Yeah, it is.
I
Yeah,
can't
it's-
believe they can do that. That like they can restrict a game to a console. That's awful
know.
silly.
It's
They
it's
did it.
really bizarre to me because this is like the remember when Sony at the beginning of this generation they did that jab at Microsoft of like, oh, let's share games.
Mhm.
And now it seems
Yeah.
like they're not following their own philosophy they set for their own generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, it's like history repeats itself. Like they were doing so good with the PS2, and then they fell with the PS3, and then they rose back on top of the PS4 again, and now it seems like they're getting like their ego bloated, and I
Yeah.
feel like we're gonna get back into like PS3 territory.
But it can't be that they just don't feel like, making it crossplay, like
they
enabling
definitely
it. There
could.
must be something else to it.
Well, I think they don't want. They don't want to. You know what I mean?
That
They're
doesn't
just
make
like,
any
why?
sense.
Yeah.
It seems so counterproductive.
They're like, why put the effort? Because people are buying our console. We don't really care. We want people to be playing Fortnite on a PlayStation, not on anything else. So why would we
Yep.
let them play with their friends on an Xbox? We don't want to do that. We want them to buy PlayStations, especially if Fortnite's
Yeah,
not
there was a
popular.
worker. There was a worker who said straight up that they said that they weren't doing crossplay strictly for business purposes, which it doesn't make any sense. Even with that,
I think
I
it
don't know,
does
it
in
just-
a way that you know how people when they bought a 360, the only reason they bought an Xbox One is to keep all of their friends that they made on the 360. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I feel like this is a similar thing of like, oh, my
Yeah.
friend, if I'm gonna buy a new console and my friend is playing Fortnite, which everybody in the world is playing, but he's playing on a PS4, and if I wanted to play with him, I have to buy a PS4. So it's that kind of like
Right.
mentality, you know.
I mean, I guess they do dominate that field right now, but like Fortnite will only last that long. Do you think like once that whole thing is over, they're just gonna? I don't know. At some point, crossplay should be like will become relevant enough that they have to disable that barrier. You know?
I feel like if enough people complain, which they are, I feel like they'll go back on it. You know what I mean? But at the
But
same
it's
time,
like how much will it take? You know, because people are already just going wild about this, and for
Mhm.
good reason. But like, how much is it going to take
I feel
for
like
Sony to see this?
this could I don't know. This could be a thing of like, oh, at PSX you can change your username, and guess what, guys? You can also do crossplay now. Woo! But
I think it would have to hit their sales. That's the only way to convince them. If it's still going up in sales, then there's no reason not to, or there's no reason to have crossplay. You know, to change. There's no reason to it. If you see it going up, then everybody's complaining, but they're still buying it. It's like
What sales are you
yeah,
talking about?
like sales of the PS4.
I feel like if you said, you can play with your friends on the Switch today, or friends on your Xbox today with your PS4, then people that may have only stuck with the Xbox One or the Switch because their friends are on it would possibly go over to the PS4, because the PS4, like, let's be honest, it has the vastly superior games on it.
Yeah.
Like vastly superior exclusives, all that stuff on it. So if people are on the Xbox One right now, chances are it's because their friends are there, or they like Halo and Gears of War. So it's only because their friends are on it. Oh my god, I cannot speak.
That's about every episode. We're getting used to it. It's okay.
Yeah. if these people are only on their Xbox One for their to see this, I think they would be like, okay, now it's finally time for me to jump over to the PS4.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
well, I would perceive it. I don't know. I just feel like being right now.
Yeah, it's
With all
just really a
this.
bitch move. Just
it's
like
fucking all-
blatantly said, it's just like they're being a bitch. They could easily just
Yeah.
add the crossplay, but they won't. I'm sure one of these days, when it becomes more relevant, they'll add it. But for now, I mean, if they haven't budged yet,
Like
I don't know how
I
much
actually
pressure you can
think
really
it's
add.
gonna happen soon.
Really?
How soon do you guys see this happening?
To be honest, with Sony right now,
How soon do you guys see this happening?
I could see them never doing it ever.
Around the PS5, like I don't see it happening on this console.
You don't think they're ever gonna do it?
I think they will do it. I don't think they will do it on a PS4. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think the same. Like on console,
wow.
if they're already this stubborn.
I think Sony in the position that they're in, they're like,
That's interesting.
they just don't care anymore. They're just like, whatever. Like we don't have to win over the audience because we already won over the audience.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like people aren't going to sell their PS4s because of this, and if they do, it's not going to be in a large enough quantity to hurt Sony in any manner. You know what I mean? So they're like, why? Why would we put the time and effort? But I could be wrong. I'd like to be wrong. I'd love to be wrong. But I just think brutally and honestly, I just don't think Sony. I don't think they would do it.
Why?
So what is this? What is this crazy thing that you think Sean Layden is gonna have for PlayStation fans?
At PSX, I think
Yeah.
he's just gonna be like, oh, like the news that he said he's gonna announce for the crossplay
Yeah.
or whatever. I don't know. To me, the way he worded it, can we find the exact wording? Let me see if I can find
I'm
it. The way
excited to
he
hear
worded
this.
it seemed like he was like in a way that PlayStation fans will understand. Like the way he said it like that, I was like,
Condescending.
they're not gonna do it. Let me see if I can find it.
I don't know. What do you think, Brayden? What do you think they're gonna release or gonna add crossplay?
I think it's gonna happen by next year. I really do. I think that people right now are going to be vocal, like extremely vocal from here on out.
Okay.
And if Sean Layden does do something that says, yeah, hey, this is why we're not doing crossplay, that's just going to reignite the flame.
You ready for this?
People. Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, this is his exact quote, and you guys tell me what you feel like from this. Sean Layden says, I'm confident we'll get to a solution which will be understood and accepted by our gaming community, while at the same time supporting our business.
Oh, so they're gonna accept our bullshit whether they like it or not.
So what they could do is they could do think about it this way. On the Xbox One, even though Fortnite is free, you still need to pay for the Xbox subscription to play Fortnite. On a PS4, you don't have to. Fortnite is just straight up free, regardless of PS Plus. So what Sony might do is, if you have a PS Plus subscription, then you can play crossplay. But if you don't, then you can only play with other PS4s.
I guess that makes sense.
That would be supporting the business, and like he says here in his quote, and it'll also be understood by the gaming community.
Mhm.
Like I could see.
I think people would be okay with that.
I think so too, because like I said, like on the Xbox, if you wanted to play Fortnite, you would still have to pay for the Xbox subscription to play anything online at all.
I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, whereas Sony, like even if you don't have PS
Betas
Plus, whatever, you could
yeah,
you just boot up Fortnite or any, like even Warframe, like any of those games, you could just play for free.
Yeah, it is a rarity for someone not to have Plus, so like I guess that would be a good solution. Yeah,
I think that would make the most sense.
So yeah, okay.
It's interesting.
Yeah, now that I think about that, that could be, they could be saving it for PSX. At the same time, PSX is so far away and people are so hungry now that I can see them announcing this at like a Gamescom or something. But or maybe just like whatever. They don't even need to do it at an event. They can just do it, like just drop the news whenever they feel like it. Really.
Yeah.
Right.
But I don't know. I feel like they're working on it behind the scenes right now. I feel like the whole Sony offices is just people running around on fire. Like the paper are just flying around.
Shuhei Yoshida is just walking around the offices, flamethrower in hand,
No, he's
just lighting people on fire.
He's cracking the whip.
Oh!
He's cracking the whip.
Mark Cerny is having a panic attack in the corner of the office.
No, Mark
Just shaking.
Cerny's door closed, and you can hear just like the muffled sounds of. No.
Oh no! No. Okay, me like I have actually ruined that entire song for myself. I cannot listen to that song in the same fashion.
Wait,
every time
what
it comes
song is
on,
this?
I fucking press skip.
Take those old
Old-time rock and roll.
Yeah, all-time rock and roll. Imagine how scared you would be though if like you were gonna go up to his office and hear the muffled sound of that song through his office door.
Dude,
I would turn and walk away.
oh, I cannot listen to that song ever again. All right, yeah, Sony is really screwing the pooch here, if that's the term for that. So we are going to go over to a new segment of the show, in which I ask the co-hosts a question. All right, whoever answers it correct will bring up a topic for us to discuss. You have exactly 10 minutes to discuss it.
Okay.
And after that, we'll move on
You're
to
done.
our next topic. Okay?
Yeah.
Here we go. This is the question. Which year was a Minecraft released?
2009.
2013.
Malik.
The
Malik, you
official
said it
release
first?
or the beta?
Oh, because 2009 was the alpha.
Yeah, like the official, like the game is done release.
No.
Important news.
Just put out in the public.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, like 2000. Well, I don't want to say 2009 because
Well, it is correct.
I'm gonna do the Price is Right, and I'm gonna say 2008, late 2008.
Malik was correct. It was 2009.
Ooh.
See, the thing with that, sorry, I should have been a little bit more descriptive
Yeah, bitch.
on the question.
Oh, just salty he lost. You were good, Braden. You're
but-
good.
Even if I did, I hadn't even given you guys the options yet. And Malik smell
Oh, there were options you were gonna.
awake. Yes.
All right.
But Malik just spat.
All right, hit
Malik, what today it is all about you.
What do we talk about for 10 minutes?
What's your topic?
Board games?
Oh no. All right.
What? There's nothing wrong
What do
with
you
some board
want to
games.
talk about? What do you want to
Well-
talk about?
I am thinking of, I don't know. I've been wanting to get in some real good board
Okay.
games lately. Like,
Yeah.
you know how I had the picture of the D&D Betrayal that I wanted to get, correct?
Yes, the Baldur's
Yeah.
Gate one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But some people have been telling me there's like a lot wrong with that game. Like,
Really?
yeah, the fact, like, it's, I don't know. It's gotten me really torn on what I should buy. Should I get the original Betrayal? We've played that before, but nobody in the D&D group has. Like, Kyler, have you played Betrayal before?
I
That's
have
true.
not played Betrayal.
Yeah, exactly. So it'd still be something new, just
Oh.
not for us, you know?
Yeah.
But
The
they
thing
say
is-
that.
Is that there's so many different haunts in that game
Mhm.
that whatever we do play would probably be new to us.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm thinking I might still get the original. So I've been really torn on what I
Mhm.
should get there because I want to try D&D because we're already doing D&D in the group and it's like, you know, Betrayal's fun, but you know, having a D&D, you know, a Baldur's
Right.
Gate aspect would be so much more fun as well.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's super interesting, but
Yeah.
they say that it's broken in the aspect that you're better off staying in the sewers because everything else has monsters everywhere. So like you can basically just cheese the game.
Sorry, that's so funny.
Yeah, my grandpa.
Hey,
used to
just
tell
stay
me
in the
that,
sewers.
Stay in the sewer.
So it's like knowing that something in the game is that broken, like, rather than
Right.
fixing the game itself, maybe we're just better off getting Betrayal, the regular one. So that's been on my mind lately.
And a big expansion to
They do?
Betrayal, like the original. Yeah, I believe so. It's like an orange box instead of the green one. Kyla, what's your experience with board games?
Mm-hmm.
I hate Monopoly because it takes too long, and I always
Okay.
That takes too long.
I hate the game of life because it's too much like real life, and it makes me depressed. I love Uno.
Oh.
Uno is good. Uno is not a board game. Uno is a
Okay.
card game, but you can play it on a board if you're feeling crazy.
If you're feeling wild, you're feeling up to the challenge, you can indeed play it on a board.
I'm honestly shocked, Kyler. You're not big into board games?
I like Risk a lot.
Okay.
My favorite
okay.
tabletop style game is a game called Avalon.
Mm-hmm.
I should bring that over one day, and we should.
Oh, yes.
Avalon. I need to
Dude,
look at that.
yes.
Avalon is dope.
That's like Werewolf, right?
I don't know what werewolf is, but I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
It's basically like
That's okay, dude.
you basically have like you're hanging out with your buddies, right? And then you're good guys.
Yeah.
But amongst you is a villain, a bad
Yep.
boy.
Yeah, it's
Depending
werewolf
on how
or
many
mafia.
Yeah, it's
players
like
you have.
Werewolf.
Yeah, so the whole game is trying to figure out who the liar is and like trying to weed out that
Yes,
person and like trying to figure
Have
out
you
whether
played-
want them on your team or not. It's pretty fun.
Have you played Secret Hitler?
I have heard of Secret Hitler. I have not played Secret Hitler.
Dude, Secret Hitler is such a fun game. Like, honestly, I played it over at my buddy Colin's house with my brother, his friend David, our friend Nick. And we were just, it's like that, where you have the Nazis and then you hit one person's, and then everybody else is like liberals.
Mm-hmm.
And you have, as a liberal, you have to get your acts, your laws passed, whereas the Nazis have to get their
Really cut out.
or else. Oh, really?
Yeah, repeat that again. The fascists have to do what?
Yeah, so the fascists have to get their laws in, but they have to do it secretly,
Okay.
without the rest of the group realizing that they are Nazis. You know, so it's a game about like betrayal, lying, just really deception all around. And I love those types of games. Those are always fun.
Yeah, you have to
I'm
put
with
on
you,
your poker face.
Kyler. I always like the games with like a traitor aspect. You know.
Yeah, I love that. It's so much fun because you figure out who amongst you is the best liar, and then you have to watch out for the
Exactly.
rest of your life when you're around them.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a
You
game
you
I
can't
have
trust.
called exactly. There's a game I have called Dead of Winter, and at the beginning of this, everybody is given a roll card, and in there will be a traitor, like a traitor card, but there'll be more cards than people. So there's a chance that there's a traitor card, that somebody gets a traitor card. It's not guaranteed that there's a traitor. And so when you add that whole deal into the game, it makes it super intense because you're thinking, is there a traitor in this game? But you're also thinking, if there's a traitor in this game, then who is it? You know, so there's layers to it, and it's a super stressful game to begin with.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
just having that added
I like that.
suspense and tension,
Yeah,
it's
'cause you-
super, super awesome. We should play that. 'Cause
Yeah,
It's
there's a
fun.
whole bunch of games we should play. Yeah, I want to get more into those trader games because they're always fun. They're usually like really quick too. But at the same time, I want to get into those longer
which
ones.
ones?
Trail
Oh, yeah.
trader games. Like they can be quick, but they can be long too.
Mhm.
They vary. So those are the ones that vary the most, I think.
Yeah.
But at the
Yeah,
same time, I want to get into those longer ones, like one I was looking at is War of Cthulhu, or just strategy games in general, where I just want to play a
Mhm.
board strategy game. I just need to find make
Yeah,
sure
there's,
the group is right, where we just sit through it and really finish the game.
In Secret Hitler, the funny thing or the fun thing about that and being a Nazi or aside from being Hitler, is that as a Nazi or as a fascist, you see who Hitler is, but Hitler doesn't see who you are.
Oh,
so you have to really
turn on you.
Yeah, so you have to really play to Hitler's advantage to you have to try and kind of hint, to Hitler without outright saying that you are Hitler,
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that whole aspect quite a bit.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's super interesting. Other board games that I played. I love. Oh my God, what's it called?
Cody?
What's the gun game called, Malik? Oh no, Cash and Guns. Cash and Guns. Oh, I love playing that game. We played that a bunch of times, right, Malik?
Yeah, exactly. That game was
Whenever
really
we're all
fun.
together.
I thought the one that you had that was fun too was the trading one, where you had to like smuggle out goods.
Oh, Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Like I love that. I love secrecy, and I love like that's the thing with Sheriff of Nottingham too, is that you have to use your bargaining skills. You have to really play to the sheriff, or you could really screw him over. You can act like you're playing to him, and then he inspects you, and you're like, I was telling the truth. I just love that whole aspect of things when the game not only isn't all mental, but it's very social.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's the thing I love with Cash and Guns, especially being the Godfather. And you're like, okay, change your gun over to him, or change your gun to yourself, and just some wild stuff goes down in that game. And it's always It's always entertaining. I love that game so much.
Oh, there's another fun one. This one isn't really secrecy as much as just it's working together with your partner. You have to make sure you're in sync. And it's code names.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a really fun one. Have you guys heard of it?
What's it called?
Code names.
Oh, it's just straight up called code names? No, I haven't heard of it.
So it's really simple. 2 people are the observers, and 2 people are the spies. And the observers, they get a map of it's like a spy map and an innocence map. And then there's the map is set up for it's only facing the observers, but what the spies see is a 25 card or 25 words set up like the map. And the observers have to hint. Like they can say one word. It can be a full name too. And from that word, they say like wildfire 2, for example. And that means that there's 2 cards associated with that word. And you have to pick out the right ones. And if you pick out the ones that are on that spot, then you get the points. Your spy card goes on top of it, and once you have all the spots covered, you win.
Oh, that sounds insane.
Yeah, it's like it's crazy. Like I was playing with a friend, and he just said Tupac 2, and there was lead and chest because Tupac got shot in the chest, and I immediately picked those 2. It's like you have to think ahead.
Crafty.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's a really fun one. It's
unfortunately that is 10 minutes. Thank you.
Okay. I think that went pretty well.
That was fun. That flew by.
Interesting topic. It flew by. And it's something that spices things up,
I'm just
I like that.
I was able to let you guys know that I hate Monopoly. That's something I've been wanting to get off for a long time.
You should
share that moment with you guys right now.
You should really get Secret Hitler if you see it at the comic book store, Malik.
Secret Hitler?
Keep an eye out for it.
Okay.
Keep an eye out for Secret Hitler. So now we are going to move it on over to the next topic, which is Game of the Middle of the Year.
Game of the Middle of the Year.
Game
what a title.
Of the Middle of the Year. What a title. Just add a couple words in there. And whatever.
The game of the day.
So for this I want to talk about games that you played that have come out this year or not. You know what? Let's do that. Just games that you've played in general that you really like, and as of right now, it's the most fun thing that you played all year. And you think that it could be your favorite game of the year. Obviously, later on in the year, we'll get to games that have come out this year, and we'll do that whole deal.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I just want to talk about where we're here. We're in the middle of the year. We're a little past the middle of the year. And I just want to talk about what are your favorite games that you played so far this year?
Oof. Man, it is
17.
difficult. That is real difficult. I've played so many fun games. I'm going to have to, as silly as it seems, I'm going to have to go with Tooth and Tail. It's a really simple strategy game, and at this point, me and my friend would call it the salty tooth because it's such a salt fest. But at the same time, there's zero strategy involved. Okay, there's strategy involved, but it's really like it follows a set. It's so hard to grasp the game. There's strategy involved, but it's just such a small game with so many opportunities, and it's a growing community, believe it or not, where we started out at, I think, the beginning of this year, and there were no games up, and now basically every day there's a bunch of games up on Tooth and Tail. And
really,
yeah, and it's hard to grasp the whole game altogether, but I just love the fact that it's so small, but there's just so many different ways to play. Sometimes, like, when you lose, you can feel cheated because you feel like, oh, this game's crap. But when you finally win, when you win, you feel like a strategic master. Then strategy's there. Yeah, but once you're just going through, it's just like it's like once you lose, it's just like a mess. You feel like this game's the worst, but it was on you. You messed up, and that's what's great about the game. It's not super balanced, but it's getting there to the point where, you could use any build and just counter the other person's build and just get by with that. But you don't know what units they picked. And that's the fun part about it. It's just, it's such a guessing game. You don't know who you're playing, how experienced they are, and what they're going to do. They could rush you immediately. They could wait. They could burrow themselves into a hole and you have to fight them. All kinds of stuff.
I might have to try this game out. It looks like a lot of fun. I know you've been talking about it forever now.
Yeah, basically the last few podcasts.
Yeah, so I might have to finally give this a try. It's on PlayStation, correct? Was it free?
It's on PlayStation. Talking about cross-platform, no, it was free for a weekend on Steam, but it's cross-platform with PC.
Ooh.
So I guess it's not really cross-platform.
All right.
But yeah, you can play with PC players. So there's like people from Steam playing with us on the PS4, and it gives them no advantage. It's the same controls, and just a real mess of a game. Beautiful mess.
That's interesting. What about, where on your list of games this year does Detroit fall?
Oof. Probably from the beginning excitement I had for the game, like around third.
Okay, what's second?
What's second? I still have to pick that out, but I wouldn't give it to Detroit. I'd probably say it's not Absolver. Just give me 1 second.
How are we feeling about Monster Hunter World?
Monster Hunter World?
Yes.
It's not. Yes. It's not one of my more favorite ones.
Pookie.
Going back to it, I've realized that I don't have the patience again, And if I can't go back to it and just like steep in, then it's just like it can't be one of my favorites. It can be. Oh, okay. Second favorite, Ghost Recon Wildlands. That was easy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I've been playing a whole bunch of that. I would say first, but the fact that the people on there are just like you can run against the squad that has perfect communication, and you're stuck with two people who just like spamming the N-word and
that's
getting themselves killed.
Jesus.
That can't be really fun. But it can be fun at times where you just run into the right group and you get a perfect match.
Mm-hmm. So if I don't know what your game of the year was last year, but if Tooth and Tail or if you played Tooth and Tail or Ghost Recon last year, how do you think they would have ranked?
Ghost Recon would have probably been first because I was looking for a really good shooter.
Oh, okay.
Tooth and Tail probably wouldn't have been up there. I wasn't really too crazy about strategy games back then. I was real busy with Divinity. That was probably my game of the year last year.
Okay.
Yeah. But
fair,
yeah, I was more of an RPG guy or more into playing RPGs. But no, Divinity would not have Tooth and Tail would not have been up there at all.
So you think the Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon or whatever? Sorry, I don't know why I added Tom Clancy to that. You think Ghost Recon would have got number one?
Yeah. And then following that, Divinity.
Okay. That's interesting. Nice. Very nice. Played anything else that you want to add to the game of the middle of the year list?
Absolver. I'd put that like fourth, just for the fact that the multiplayer is just very not fun. It's a very satisfying feeling winning. That's really it.
Which game?
Absolver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very satisfying to win, but the community's not very close knit, so that's what puts it down. It's just if the community was better. Like, I've run some really bad people. I've run into a guy because I beat him. He tried to make another account and act like a girl because, girls go on PSN trying to pick up guys. Yeah, it's gotten that far where somebody tried to do that.
Oh, no. Why Absolver? Of all places, why Absolver?
I don't know. They just it's such a game to get upset about. Like, you think that League is toxic or something like that, but people taunt. They use like the taunts in there so often. They'll like beat you up and then they'll bow and bow and bow and bow. And then I beat this other guy.
Dark Souls.
Yeah, it is. It's the Dark Souls of fighting. But it's just a lot more trolly.
Fighting.
Yeah. Of like melee fighting games. And I like recently I beat this one guy, best 2 out of 3, and I recently prestiged, right? And he was level 55, so he was like right on the edge, 5 levels from prestiging. And I beat him best 2 out of 3, and I leave. And this guy, he messages me immediately, and he says, "Shit on you."
Whoa!
This guy gets.
Whoa!
He's just like, "You're prestige 10." Like for some reason he was that was prestige 10 or something. And he's like, you shouldn't have been struggling. It's like, did someone hurt you? That's what.
Yeah, honestly, are you the boy from Captain Spirit? No, that's not a good joke. That's not a good joke. That's not a good joke.
But yeah, the community on there really kills it. If it was a little, more close knit, that's surprising for me to say. But if it was a little less toxic, they could be a fun game. A lot more fun.
Nice. Okay, that sounds interesting. Yeah, nice. Kyler, what are you thinking? Game of the middle of the year.
For me, easily it was Monster Hunter World. I played it for like a good week when I had it. I wish I owned it. I'm waiting for that PC release.
August 9th?
August 9th? Oh my god, next month?
August 9th?
Next month? I'll actually have a disposable income now.
I think I'm gonna jump in again with you.
I'm very, very excited for this.
I might just get it on PC as well. It's worth it. Double dip, as you said.
Because it's
which is wild. Like, man,
I love, like I said, I just love the style of it. I love running around and hunting. I love the stupid little animations. I love the cats. I love Poogie.
Best, the eldest dragon.
Yeah, I love Poogie.
He is the eldest.
Yeah, I just need to run around as a cute anime girl and cut open giant dinosaurs and then cook them and eat them. That's what makes me happy in life.
Okay.
As an old man, that is what I have to seek for happiness. So you can forgive me for that.
No age discriminates anime girls, right?
Exactly. But so far, other than that, the other 2 games that I've been playing a lot of this year came out last year, and it's just Mario and Zelda. Like I went back to Mario Odyssey recently to go do more star farming.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hate that. I'm sorry, but I hate that.
Yeah, let it out. Let it out. Hit it.
I hate that. Star farming in a Mario game.
It's like an MMO.
Yes, that's ridiculous.
Well, Mario 64, you had to collect. Okay, but here's the difference, though. Okay, Mario 64 from the very beginning
Had better platforming.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Better level design. You know, I don't know about the platforming. I feel like Mario controls better in Odyssey, but I think the level design in 64 was way more interesting. But yeah, man, the level designs in Mario Odyssey are so disappointing. Just because there's only
they're so plain.
Yeah,
I had a feeling that would happen when I saw the trailers.
There's only a handful of worlds, and you feel like so basically you could beat the main campaign of Mario Odyssey like in an afternoon easily, and then the rest is like
whoa, wait,
That's
wait,
shocking.
what?
Yeah, you could beat the game in like.
Wait, you think so?
Oh yeah, definitely. If you just mainline it, you can beat the game in like, geez, not even 10 hours.
Oh, that's not an
7
afternoon.
hours?
That's like it's an evening and an afternoon. Oh, 10 hours.
Yeah,
is not
an
that
afternoon and an evening.
bad. I thought you were saying like 4
10
hours.
hours.
That
Oh
was
my gosh.
depressing.
I know. I
No.
played it. I beat it in 10 hours. I was like, what are you talking about?
Okay, no, I didn't know
Like,
3 hours. No, okay.
That's some Kane Lynch
It
stuff.
depends
right
on how
there.
long your afternoon is, and if you're playing Mario Odyssey, it's gonna be a long
Yeah.
afternoon. But
it'd be a long
yeah,
afternoon, according to Kyler.
here's my problem with Mario Odyssey. It's just that there's like I don't know, 500 stars too many or shines.
They don't matter. They don't matter.
Because there's a total of 800 in the game, right? A total of 800. Like, just
Yes.
again, that's almost 1,000. All right, like
Yes, you are correct.
Why did they add so many stars? Why not just make it more rare for them to find?
at first the point of collecting.
Why-
Well, it's because you got to
Yeah.
get the endorphins. You know, the endorphins shoot up to your brain as soon as you get a shine, and the more shines, the more endorphins to your brain, and it makes you feel a little bit better.
Sounds like it's wrong. Hey,
Am I wrong? But,
Hey, you want some endorphins?
But yeah, by like, so like the main progression at first is like, oh, the more shines you collect, the new, like, you'll be able to unlock new levels that you can go check out, right? But as soon as you beat the game, you've already unlocked all of the worlds. So now you're basically just like trying to explore parts of the level you haven't seen yet, which like I mainlined the game like I did at first. When I first started playing, I was exploring the levels and stuff, but then I realized there are some shines you can't get unless you leave and come back. And once I learned that, I was like, oh, fuck that. Then I'm just going to mainline it because then I'm just wasting my time because there's a lot of shines I can't even get until I come back post-game. So, yeah, I just mainlined it. And as soon as I mainlined it, I've been, like, chipping away at it, like, playing, like, an hour here at a time. And it's still fun. I don't know. Like, I didn't burn out on it like a lot of people.
You get all 800?
I'm trying to get all 800. I think I'm at, like, 600 right now. But like I said, I'm, like, playing once or twice a week, maybe, like, a total of 4 hours a week. So I'm just, like, hopping in and hopping out.
So
I'm not
hours on Persona trying to get the special trophy.
Yes, 100 hours on Persona.
I spent 400 hours in Persona 4.
400 hours on a JRPG. Okay. Now imagine spending 400 hours in Super Mario Odyssey.
Fuck. Well, if it was 400 hours, if it was 400 hours spread out over the course of like 2 years, then that's fine.
No. No.
Well, okay. Here's
Finally
okay.
did it.
Especially
I
if the
know
level
this-
design is not good.
This won't apply to everybody, okay? But to me, it's not necessarily the level design. It's controlling our little. It's just the act of controlling our little plumber boy Mario. Just feels so good, you know.
I will admit to that.
It feels
Controlling
so fun.
little men is fun.
It just feels so fun to control this Italian boy around. You know what I mean? And like just the animations, and there's like this jolliness to it. It's like I have this guy, I have this skill set. Like let me just try and get good at moving around, and like there's something satisfying about jumping, throwing the hat, diving on it, jumping, wall jumping, diving the hat. Like it's like you're practicing a skill and you're getting better at it, and it feels good to like reflect. You know what I mean? Like, oh, when I first played, I could not even do this, but now I'm like wall jumping like a madman. I'm basically a speedrunner now.
Oh, really? You're a professional Mario Odyssey player?
Oh yeah, I'm a my name my
Professional.
Yeah, I'm
Professional.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the Winter Games done quick, guys. Just come on by. It's gonna be good.
Hey, you play enough and get those 800 stars, you probably can.
I'll speedrun getting
Yeah,
800
dude,
stars.
run 400 hours of Persona 4.
It'll take me all winter.
Oh, would you do that? How much would you have to get paid to replay Persona 4 and 100% it
Here's
in
the
as fast as
thing.
possible speed?
You would have to pay me no money because I would enjoy every second of it.
What?
I would enjoy.
You already did, didn't you? You were a goddamn monster. Like you were an actual hell beast.
Oh, I know, and it feels good. You know, sometimes it feels good. Sometimes it just feels good to be a piece of human garbage. You know,
Steven, not feel good. Garbage.
It feels good to be a pile of garbage. Because, like, as long as you admit it, it's okay.
Yeah. You are an absolute madman.
Yeah, but other than that,
anything else on that list? Anything else on the list of games?
Can someone
Spider-Man's coming out, so
what games have released this year?
No,
so far, like major one.
Detroit.
God of War.
Yeah,
God of War. I did really
God
enjoy
of
God of War. Did you ever go back, Braden, and do some of the extra post-content stuff?
I did.
Oh, really? How'd you like it?
It's really, really hard.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I figured.
Very difficult. Where would you put that? Where would you put that on your list?
Well, since it's the only like major release I actually played that came out this year outside of Monster Hunter, I would just put it right underneath Monster Hunter, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I didn't play most of like if I had played more of Monster Hunter, I might put it lower, if that makes any sense, because I might burn out on it. But Monster Hunter is just one of those games where it's a known quantity, you know what I mean? Like I know what I'm gonna get. Like I know what I'm gonna be doing 40 hours.
But
later.
Can you just dive back into Monster Hunter? Like it was so hard. I was playing with my old roommate. I invited him to a party, and it's just so hard to get back into that game. Like I can't. I'm doing it right now. I'm trying to start again, but it's just like it's just so long.
Is it just like you don't remember what you were doing?
I don't remember what I was doing, and at the same time, the hunts are just like, you have to really plan it out. And when you get back in, you're not as skilled as you once were. You're afraid you're gonna run in and just get your ass killed.
Yeah, you like, remember all the stuff that you had forgotten. Yeah.
Yeah, my list looks pretty good. But the thing is I beat 2 games this year that were from last year that I put on my Game of the Year list last year, so I'd be kind of cheating. I beat Danganronpa V3 this year.
Nice.
I beat Assassin's Creed Origins this year, Monster Hunter World, God of War, Detroit Become Human. I played a ton of Onrush. Can't really beat that game. And then I just beat Owlboy. To say Danganronpa is number 1 would be cheating. But it is. It's the best game that I played, or the best game I beat this year.
Wow.
Out of Monster Hunter World, God of War, Detroit, Onrush, and Owlboy, I think I would put. Man, see this is tough.
Try to predict.
Oh man, I think Factor Onrush is my number 1.
Whoa.
I love everything about that game. I love the style of that game. Of the game. I love the genre blending of that game. It's intuitive. It's innovative. It's something I haven't seen in a very, very long time. But between Monster Hunter World, God of War, Detroit Become Human, I was actually pretty disappointed by.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's in contention.
when I start thinking about the game more, yeah, it does seem a little like contrived. It's really like the most fun parts are Connor and Hank, and I think they should have done more of that. Meanwhile, like maybe extrapolated on the idea of the revolution more.
Yeah, my problem with Detroit Become Human, it's and it might sound like a small little nitpick, but I really actually do think that the game showing you all of the paths that you could have gotten after every single chapter really diminishes the impact of what you chose.
Really?
I think it does that. I think it does because when you see all that stuff and you see the outcomes of the branches, then do you start thinking, what if what I did was wrong? Like, I actually want this path, you know?
So it makes it seem like more of a completionist.
I think that if you did what you did with Detroit, you took all those branches and you put it into one ginormous branch and then threw it at the end of the game, I think that would go much better. But to have it every single time that you do a chapter, I think I really do think it diminishes the impact of your choice and your storyline by showing you the other storylines that you could have gotten.
Okay.
If that makes any sense. I don't know if I am making any sense right now.
No, that makes absolute.
But I really feel like that. Yeah, I really feel like that really diminished any impact that my choices had.
Kind of funny you mentioned.
I don't know. I don't.
Something similar that brought that idea up, like that relates to that idea. Is I was playing it today, and I was playing a scene with Connor and Hank, and I got a certain like a different path that was like way off from the other one that I got last time. I can't spoil anything, but
yeah, please don't.
It was just I guess it does like mess up things. Like it kind of just throws you off because now in that little chapter I have those two endings, and I know there's no other way to do that now.
Right. And again, there are some chapters too, and I really just it baffles me as why they did it every single chapter, because there are some chapters where the ending is the same for everyone. Yes. So I wonder, why did you show me that? Like, your game is supposed to be revolutionary in the way that your choices matter, yet this chapter that I just did, you as a developer showed me that my choice really did not matter at all. Like, why? Why do you think they did that? Like, honestly.
Okay. I have to come in here with a quick spoiler because I'm going to bring up my biggest problem with the game. It's very minute. So let's just put spoiler right here. If you haven't played the game, you already beat the game once. And Tyler,
I did.
You gonna play it?
I haven't played it yet. I do plan on playing it later this year.
All right.
But I wouldn't
mind. I really wouldn't spoil too much.
No, it's not that big of a deal. It's really just related to one character. And that character is North.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Continue.
I want to get rid of her.
Yes.
You cannot get rid of her. You simply can't. I don't know why they put this cyst of a person in the game, but they should have left her out. I don't want her as a love interest, and there's no way to avoid it. You can't. I try. I was like, oh, she's an edgy girl. Maybe if you act into her way, she'll go away because she doesn't want what she really wants. You know, that's psychology. But she still loves you. So in the one game where I'm peaceful and do what she doesn't want, she loves me. And if I do what she wants, she loves me. So stop loving me.
Yeah, I know. I feel like with this game, the choices that you make, most of the choices that you like, the big choices that you make really don't impact a lot. It's just, I guess, that the amount of choices there are to impact the middle sections of these interactions are what does impress me. Like the amount of ways that you can go about getting to one objective or doing one thing or talking to one person or finding someone. I think that's impressive, but the end goal of every situation and every choice just didn't really feel there. Also, I don't know if I'm a big fan of a story itself. I'm not one. I don't think I'm. I don't think that it was heavy-handed. I know a lot of people thought that it was heavy-handed. I don't think it was too heavy-handed. Yeah. I did think Marcus was definitely my least favorite character. I don't know. I just didn't like his whole thing. I think obviously Connor
and his little arc.
Yeah, Connor and Hank, they were the best. Like honestly, I would take a whole game of just Connor and Hank. Kara and what was her name? Emily, Amanda, Alyssa, something like that.
Yeah, Alyssa or Alice. Sorry,
Alice. Yeah, I didn't really care at all about.
I was just about to say the same thing. I like there were parts of Marcus I like because it feels like you're making a choice, and you are. But those choices are very bold when you really find out like those are like really skewed by really minute decisions. But at the same time, you don't care about Kara. You don't. You're playing it for the hell of it. Like she could die, and you'd be like, oh, okay, because she plays no role in the large scheme of things.
Do you know what reveal I'm talking about?
Yep.
With her character.
Yep.
Man, that just made me not care even more. Yeah.
Was he a real boy all along?
No, you'll see. You'll see.
You will see. You'll be like, what?
I really hated that. Because it's like, what's this supposed to do? Is this supposed to make me feel something?
They give you that choice. And you're just like, why would I choose the other one? What sense would that make?
Honestly, the loading screen girl was like one of the best characters.
Yes. Like I was upset. I
love that. I loved how they did that.
She's so cool. Yeah. I don't want to spoil her parts. Like that's how cool that.
I don't. It's
the Tyler's character.
It's really special. It's really, really special what they did with her. But yeah, I don't know, man. Detroit was just it left. It didn't really impact me at all. Like it just kind of came and went, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody was saying, "Oh my god, this is the best Quantic Dream game." I hadn't ever played another one, so I didn't really have anything to base it off of. But if this is the best one, I don't think I would like the other ones. You know,
you would hate Beyond Two Souls.
Oh,
really?
Yeah,
you would hate
probably
it from the bottom of your heart.
Jesus. My God.
Yes.
Okay, here's the thing with David Cage games is that they're not very good, but it's like a guilty pleasure, if that makes any sense.
Well, it's just like the Telltale ones, where it's just, I mean, they're not the same, but it's
like,
just like,
I don't regret playing through them, and I didn't have the most fun playing through them, but I'm glad that I played through them. You know what I mean? Is that a feeling?
Yeah, for sure.
Detroit? Yeah. Like, are you glad you played Detroit, even though you came out of it being like kind of disappointed?
Yeah, I think I am. I mean, I'm always glad to play and finish a game, you know?
Yeah.
I can say this about Detroit Become Human because I do think it's Quantic Dream's best one.
Okay.
It's playing through it again. I don't feel like it's a waste of time. I don't feel like it's a drag. There are some sections where I'm like, do I really have to do this? Because, you know, as you said, it has one ending. But it's like, you know, I don't feel like it's a drag. I'm getting these different endings. I know I'm playing the game differently. I know I'm going to get a different result, and I want to see that different result, despite how annoying people say those results are, you know?
Right. So who was your favorite character?
Connor. It's like
Yeah.
out of the park. He was a great actor. This playing him, he felt like a robot. That's who you feel like was influenced the most, you know? He's the pillar of the whole story when you really think about it.
Yeah, he is. Like, he actually is. I love his character arc as well. Like, his choices were the ones that I actually felt like, obviously you feel the impact of Marcus's way more.
Yeah.
But I think that Connor's choices mattered more to me just because they were more personal.
And I'm not going to spoil where it comes from, but you voted on this part, and I was shocked to know that most. Okay. I was shocked to know that most of the people related to Marcus's story more than Connor. I was very shocked. Connor was the one with the least, and that makes no sense to me because he's like he's an individual. That's what he feels like.
Wait, what's the least what?
Like you're, huh?
What was it? The least voted?
The least relatable for people.
What?
Yeah, people felt more affected by Mark's story than they did by Connor's.
I think that makes some sense, but like, I don't know. I just think that in the grand scheme of things, Marcus's character really wasn't even that good. It wasn't really that in depth, whereas Connor's actually like the thing with Marcus is they have that good hook. Like, I like Marcus way more when that guy was around, you know? The old guy was around. Like, I like that. I thought that guy was super interesting. And then everything from that point on, after he started becoming, you know, the activists, I just thought his story kind of fell apart from there after he found Jericho. Yeah. It didn't feel like anything prior really affected him.
And then North is there like a leech.
Yes, North is awful. Awful. Yeah, Connor is definitely the best.
Wait, there was something I was thinking about. Oh yeah, in Connor's story, not being Hank's friend actually feels bad. That's how much those characters are like. How much I like those characters.
Yeah, I know. Hank is so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to be buddy with him, you know. Man, that was good. Oof.
Yeah, a lot to say about Detroit.
That story was, their story was great. But yeah, I don't think I would put Detroit up top of my list. I don't think it would be. Well, I mean, I guess it would have to be bottom of the list for right now. I think Monster Hunter World, for me, was probably one of the most fun times I've had playing games with friends in a very, very long time. I haven't felt that engrossed into a game in a very, very long time.
Yeah.
So I think on an entertainment level, an enjoyable level, I would give it to Monster Hunter World. On a game level, game design level, it's God of War, hands down for me.
Okay.
God of War is just like, I really do think that it is a masterpiece. And like, as game design, the best game I've played is definitely God of War. But the most enjoyable, the most engrossed in a game, definitely go to Monster Hunter World.
Okay.
Though Onrush is the most fun I have playing a game, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I remember you spending hundreds or around 100 something hours on Monster Hunter. Tell me how it consumed all your time.
Yes. Monster Hunter, talk about a leech. Monster Hunter was always there all the time. But yeah, if I did incorporate Danganronpa and Assassin's Creed, Danganronpa is probably the best game I played. all year. But
God, I need to beat
God
that
of
second
War
one
is
so I can
just-
hop into 3.
I know, dude. You're a monster.
I know.
You're a monster.
Fucking kill me.
But yeah, as a game, God of War is it's astounding. Really, how they that 180 they did with the series and how everybody was really doubting them. Like, oh, is this the direction to take God of War? Is like this is not going to be my God of War, whatever people were saying. People were really down on this game, really doubting it. And then it comes out and it is absolutely brilliant. Storytelling, insane world design, insane combat, insane. It's just it's a great game. Like it's a truly great game. It's one of the
Round of playing it, Malik?
No, but what I want to do is I want to just play through all the God of Wars and then experience that, just the whole set, because I looked at the other ones and they look like a fun playthrough as well. I was never a big fan of God of War, but seeing that one, I just want to play through all of them, and I also want to play through all the Devil May Cry as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what are your Kyler? Obviously, Spider-Man will probably take the cake for you this year.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, we never got to talk about it. I know you have some qualms about it. Is there anything?
Oh, right. That's right. You deceased. You were deceased by the end of that one.
Yeah. That was.
Yeah. So actually, let's end the podcast on the Spider-Man discussion. Then that sounds pretty good.
And real quick, the other.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say the other game I'm surprisingly looking forward to is that Code Vein game.
Code Vein?
Oh yeah, okay.
Dark Souls. I feel like people are sleeping on that game. And then also
I know
Spyro Trilogy and Red Dead
Redemption. Code Vein actually just got delayed to 2019.
Wow.
What did?
Code Vein actually just got delayed to 2019. Like yesterday.
That's actually better for me then, because then I'll actually be able to play it.
Really, everything's coming out 2019. I think that's insane, dude.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah. 2019 looks crazy, but yeah, for this September is just a monstrous month this year.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Okay, so we'll end on Spider-Man. But are there any dark horse games that you see coming out this year that could be your number one?
Dang. Well, Code Vein would have been it. Blah, 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 blah.
Are you asking Kyler specific or?
No. You too.
Oh, okay.
You too.
Dreams.
Dreams.
Oh, I hope that game makes 2018, but I don't think it will. I think it's coming out. I think it's coming out 2019. I think they would have announced that it was coming out in 2018 at E3.
All right, then in my heart of hearts, Mountain Blade.
Ooh,
the new Mountain Blade. Oh my god! If that doesn't come out this year, I'm going to be upset. I'm already upset that it's not out. that will probably be my game of the year because I love Mountain Blade. I have a new computer. I'm ready. All right, I'm ready.
Yeah. Oh boy,
to play this game.
Getting steamy.
I'm very curious to see what We Happy Few has become. I feel like has potential to be an interesting game. Valkyria Chronicles 4 is coming out. I've only played 1 on the PSP, and I love Valkyria Chronicles. So 4, I heard 4 is a return to form because they kind of changed up the way it plays for the other ones, but that could be a fun game. It's like a tactical.
Oh shit!
That's wild. They have a 4th one.
Yeah, for the 4th
I have the first one.
There was the 3rd.
Surprised.
Sea of Thieves came out this year. What the heck? I forgot about that.
Yeah, it really
that doesn't make my list though. Like it's just too.
We don't
talk about this.
Super Mario Party. Super Mario Party guy.
Hey, no.
Hey,
whoa.
That could be a lot of fun. It's not going to be a dark horse, but that's going to be a lot of fun.
Hitman 2.
You guys are absolute insane.
Hitman 2.
Okay. Here are my dark horses. All right. Obviously, it's not a dark horse for a lot of people, but it's a dark horse for me. I wasn't a fan of Red Dead Redemption 1, but the second one could be pretty spectacular. I think Battlefield 5 could be really good.
Yeah.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider could be great, but it also could not be great. Like every game, you know. Here's one. Here's one I actually think could be a dark horse. Is Mega Man 11.
Really?
I think Mega Man 11 could turn some heads when that comes out. But my real dark horse of the year, my numero uno, is going to go to Octopath Traveler.
All right.
I think this game is going to come out. I think it's going to steal my heart. I think it's going to steal my soul away from me.
Ooh.
And I'm all in, dude. I'm all in.
excited
I think
for
it could end up my number one.
I'm just not as hyped for it. I'm really excited for it, but I don't see it. I could be surprised.
We'll see how good it is once you return next week.
Yeah,
Yes.
dude, as soon as I get my
I don't even know if I'll be done.
I might buy that game when it comes out.
Oh, better
Do
ready
it.
to throw
It comes out tomorrow.
I'm
Yeah.
Better ready to throw out some money now.
gonna make some money tomorrow.
Because I know Jonathan's getting the game as well tomorrow. So if we could discuss that'd be a lot of fun.
Ooh.
Especially Octopath and JRPGs. I'm not super big into those, but this one for some reason has got my attention. Dude, poor Persona 5. Every day I wake up and I say, you know what? I want to play Persona 5.
Wow, man.
But
wow.
I no, it's something about the time commitment
Mm-hmm.
that
I feel
it kills me. It kills me because
it's
I'm
a
I want to
symptom.
play this game right now.
But
I
everyone
can't.
experiences it.
You
Kyler beat it. I don't know how, but my friend, he can't beat it. I can't beat it. You can't beat it. It just happens with Persona.
Well, yeah, with Persona
But
5,
it's so good.
I took a month.
It is.
I took a month off of it with Persona 5, and then towards the end, when the story started picking up, and then I played it nonstop. It can become habit forming if you get in a groove. Because when you sit down to play it, you have to commit at least 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then you're garfunked.
It's not just a jump in
Yeah.
quick game.
Yeah, because you're gonna
Yeah.
Call it the
I know.
Garfunkel.
sometimes a story
Yes.
beat will come out of nowhere, and then before you know it, it's just dialogue box after dialogue box for
Yeah.
2 hours without any point of saving. So you
Mhm.
really have to make sure you're buckled in. So I feel you on that one, but that game goes places. It's a really good game. Jump in there whenever you feel like it.
I think I'm gonna jump in tomorrow before I leave
I actually played
for
some
North
today.
Carolina.
I was like, you know
You
what?
played some today?
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna boot up some Persona 5 today. I came back from work and I was like, you know what? I feel like
God.
being cozy right now. So I made a nice warm cup of coffee. I sat down and I visited my boy Sojiro and I talked to my boy Ryu. And I was like, I'm in. I'm back in. It made me happy. It
That's
made-
awesome. That's awesome.
All right.
So Malik, anything other than
Mountain Blade.
Mountain Blade that could get you?
I mean,
What
Spider-Man.
what about Fallout 76?
That's it.
What
No.
if Fallout 76 comes
I
out and
don't
it's
have high
amazing?
hopes. If it's amazing, yes.
Could it be a dark horse? Could
Yes.
it be good?
Yes, it could. But my hopes for that are 1%. I do not think it'll be a dark horse. No way. I'm just gonna say it right here. Nah. What we discussed last
Nope.
time, it's probably going to be a series of they're gonna have a way to capture you into a gaming loop where you're just constantly upgrading your defenses, constantly trying to
Right.
upgrade your bit. And that's not gonna be fun. I can see it here. There's no way they can make this multiplayer experience that good. I just don't see
Ooh,
it.
Where's Vampire on your list?
It doesn't
Duh.
make it.
I can't believe we didn't. Ooh.
Doesn't make it. It's good. It's just not that good. I was hoping it would be like a replacement for Vampire Bloodlines: The Masquerade because that's one of my favorite games ever.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's not there.
Yikes.
It just doesn't have enough variety. Like Vampire Bloodlines,
Right.
it was just it was a great vampire RPG. This isn't.
Mhm.
It's just it feels streamlined, even if there's a lot of ways you can play it because you're bound to this character.
Yep. All righty. Good discussions all around. Excited that the first new segment discussion went well. Time did fly talking about those board games.
Yeah.
That is going to be all for this episode of the Boss Rush podcast. We will see you next time. See you.
Bye. Love you.
Hasta luego.